How are you doing? Nick from MSK Sports Podiatry here. So let's continue our journey of A to Z of musculoskeletal lower limb foot problems, and we have arrived at my favourite letter of the alphabet, N. I'm a little biased, that's why I think that's my favourite, but hey ho. So let's talk about neuromas. Forefoot neuromas to be exact. So what is a neuroma? The most common one we see is a Morton's neuroma, and if we go back to what the neuroma is first, before we jump to Morton's, the neuroma is basically enlargement of the interdigital nerves, so nerves that sit between your metatarsals. Now, a Morton's neuroma describes between the third and fourth, but it is possible to get them between any of the other toes. So, how do you know you've got it? They will tend to present. You'll tend to present to clinic with saying that I get this sharp shooting pain that just comes out of nowhere and it's really intense. And if it's a Morton's neuroma, you'll get numbness and maybe shooting pain into the toes themselves, and it's quite localized to that area. You'll tend to say that things like flip-flops, narrow-fitting shoes, high heels tend to aggravate symptoms, along with if you're a forefoot striker, for example, that will tend to aggravate problems as well. Now remember, with footwear fits, a colleague of mine done a little survey of his patients in London and found that 9 out of 10, yes, 90% of people wear shoes that are too small for them. So it's really important that you check the fit of your shoes. So what can you do to try and help? So get correct shoes, correct fitting shoes and sensible shoes. You can also look at orthoses with a metatarsal dome to help just offload the front of that foot slightly. Then you can also look at steroid injections into that area, and then if that doesn't settle it, then it does tend to look at surgery. Surgery for these do tend to be quite successful, but a surgeon will obviously speak to you about that in more detail. The one thing I will say, if they do have to remove the bifida nerve, you'll tend to find wherever it is, say between Morton's, you'll end up a bit of numbness between the toes. So that was N, that was neuroma, and don't forget to have a look at CF Foot Clinic's page for their A to Z of routine podiatry problems. So we shall see you at the next letter. Bye now.